I'm going to quickly go through the issues with condoms. These are quotes from family planning brochures about condoms. These are great at helping to protect you from STIs. Used correctly, they are 98% effective. If used correctly every time, they are 90% effective. Get them from your clinic. You can get heaps for $3. Now, this is a problem because the real numbers are, in terms of pregnancy, perfect use by adults. Perfect use. That means every time, and not using it every time perfectly. There's a 98. The avoidance of pregnancy is 98%. But by typical use by adults, which means not every time, it slips to 85%. This is only vis-a-vis conception, avoiding pregnancy. So if we look at what the numbers probably are for teenagers, whose typical use is going to be worse, we can assume, than adults, when you think of alcohol use and impulsivity and so on. So it's going to be under 85%. But the question was asked in 2001. There was a meeting of experts outside of Washington, D.C. What is the scientific evidence on the effectiveness of latex male condom use to prevent STD transmission during vaginal intercourse? And they met for a week and talked and compared and went through the research, and this was their answer. That meant that it depends on the organism. There are many different organisms that we're looking at. The best numbers are for HIV, and that number is 80%. The worst numbers are for the human papillomavirus, which is probably around 0%. So even when condoms are used 100% of the time, a lot of people are still going to get herpes and human papillomavirus because these viruses live on skin that is not covered by condoms. And even if you don't have a blister or a wart, the virus can be present on the skin, and a person can share them with somebody else. So what bothers me, and what should bother all of you, is that these terms are being used, like very good protection, very effective protection, excellent protection, even moderate protection. In this study of herpes, 100% condom use only lowered the risk by 30%. Now, herpes is not fun to have herpes. This is devastating. And to only have a 30% lower risk, I would not call that moderate protection. Now, I want to just mention that these studies all referred to vaginal intercourse, not anal intercourse. And the Food and Drug Administration in the United States, which is responsible for approving medical devices, and condoms are considered a medical device, if you go to their website, they will say condoms may be more likely to break during anal intercourse. Even if the condom doesn't break, anal intercourse is very risky. Condoms provide some protection, but it's simply too dangerous to practice. And this was said by one of our Surgeon Generals years ago. It's still on the website there, and I believe that this is what we should be telling young people. It's simply too dangerous to practice.